All right, so here we have just fractions. We're just being asked to find what is the equivalent fraction, or what is the ratio. And to reduce this fraction from 21 to 3, the question is, we obviously made the number smaller, right? Which means we divided it by something. And how do you figure out what that is? Well, we could just do this division. We could do 21 divided by 3, and that would tell us what number times 3 would equal 21. When we do that in our calculator, we get 7. And that means we got this number by dividing by 7. You can always check your work, of course. Just try it on your calculator. 21 divided by 7, well, that's equal to 3. So that works. So we found in this case, because we're making a smaller fraction, we found the divisor. We found what it is we divided by. And to keep a fraction equivalent, whatever I do to the top of a fraction, I must do the bottom. Whatever I do to the bottom, I must do the top. So if I divide the bottom by 7, I have to divide the top by 7. And so I would just go into my calculator and do exactly that. 63 divided by 7 is 9. Now some of you will note that this still isn't the lowest terms fraction of this. That's okay. It didn't ask for the lowest terms fraction. It just asked for this particular fraction, which is 9 over 3. And that means the answer to the question is that x equals 9. So if the fraction's getting smaller, you just need to find what the divisor is, what it's being divided by. And I think on this particular problem, you're always looking at the smaller side. But let's say you weren't. Let's say I had an example like, oh, I don't know, 18 over 3 equals 36 over x. Now we're looking to make an equivalent fraction that's getting bigger. Well, again, we just need to figure out what we've done to this thing. So going from 18 to 36, what did we do? Well, we obviously multiplied because it gets bigger. So what did we multiply by? Well, you might be able to eyeball this in your head. If so, good for you. But if you can't, go to the side and say, well, 36 divided by 18, what's that equal? It equals 2. So to get from 18 to 36, I must have multiplied it by 2. Okay, well, if I multiplied the top by 2, then to be an equivalent fraction, I must have also multiplied the bottom by 2. And 3 times 2 is 6, so we can say x equals 6, just like that. And that would be our answer. So you always have to ask, was I multiplying or was I dividing when I did this? But it doesn't matter, because to figure out what the ratio is, you're always dividing. You're dividing these two numbers. And of course, it works much nicer if we start with the bigger one, because we get a nice whole number. And then you just have to ask yourself, did I multiply by that or did I divide by that? In this case, obviously, because we're getting bigger, we multiplied. So 18 becomes 36, 3 becomes 6.